Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are coming from.
Hello, YouTube land. It's good to be back in sunny Phoenix.
Yeah, on firm soil.
It has been a while since we have been on firm soil, and so it is nice to come to you here from
Phoenix?
from the house.
From the house in Phoenix, Arizona.
So we are excited today for Sail Talk Saturday because we've got some news articles. Of course, we're going to talk about some cruise news from the week, but we're going to share some updates and some fun from the past month, really.
Yeah,
it's
been a while.
It's been an adventurous month. We've come to you live this past month from a couple of cruise ships, and so that's been really fun. But it is nice to be home.
It is.
It's nice to be home.
Nice to have our feet firmly on the ground and kind of get our bearings again before we set sail on our next upcoming journey, which you can see on the screen is in 7 days already.
Speaking of being happy to be home, I will be heading out here in 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother Paul and I are going on an epic journeys sailing with Carnival Cruise Lines. We are doing the Southern Caribbean. I don't know exactly where we're going. Rocky might have that information.
You've got some good places you're going to. I know you're hitting Aruba and Curacao, all of our favorite Southern Caribbean ports, and you've got some new exotic locations that you're going to. So definitely some really great places ahead of you. I have not memorized this itinerary for you yet.
I thought it might be on the screen.
It's not.
Surprises me sometimes with magical things he throws up on the screen.
I know.
The Campbells are here with us. Hello, Gabby. Yes, we are booked and busy.
I like that.
I am still waiting to book a cruise with Gabby. Like her schedule and
what are we waiting
classes,
for, Gabby?
I literally we talked about Alaska. We dabbled on Alaska, but we're gonna get on a cruise.
I wonder if we should make the Alaska option that you were talking about with your former coworker. If we should make that a This Cruise Life sailing.
That would be fun.
It's an Alaska option.
We are researching options for 2024 as we speak. There's a couple of inaugurals coming up, which I'm super excited about. Lee Graham, hello Lee, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
tuning in. We got a lovely message from Lee about 30 minutes before the live saying, can't wait for the live, and that totally made our morning. Literally, as we're eating cinnamon rolls and
drinking our coffee.
Or
it's one of those days.
Or tea, as I like to call it, green tea.
I don't think that quite qualifies as green tea, but sure, whatever you want to call it.
I think Gabby's ready to book.
Yeah, we've got some eyes looking from Gabby, so I think we need to start working on that.
Maybe between semester. I mean, we'll figure.
We need to figure out Gabby's schedule.
Out something.
Yeah, for sure.
And anyone else that wants to go on a cruise, let us know. I am the one.
Oh. Yes. Yeah, I'm helping Lee with booking his MSC cruise. I think some of our videos may have helped to make the decision that the Yacht Club is a very unique experience.
Y'all, I'm wearing my captain shirt today because I felt like the captain of the MSC Meraviglia being in the Yacht Club. It was unbelievable. The experience, we're going to talk a little bit about it.
I'm sorry. Thanks, Tom.
Yes, Tom. We are missing the butler this week.
It was very rough at the start when we first got home. We were like, I'm sorry, can we get this delivered to us, please? We're running low on some of our alcohol, and we need that done fast.
Tom, before the live this morning, I had to wash my own dishes.
It's rough.
It is. It's rough. In all seriousness, it's the first time we've ever had a butler at sea. We've talked to several friends and several cruise colleagues who have done either the Haven or they've had the Royal Genie with Royal Caribbean,
or they've done the Retreat. They've done
the Retreat, and I'll tell you what we have heard well, I don't want to ruin it from the full review. I'll give you because
we'll give a little preview.
Because it's a small group and you are here and you are a supporter.
You tune in.
What we have heard over and over again is that the MSC Yacht Club experience is unlike any other at sea. The attentiveness, the focus on creating this exclusive private experience. It's unlike we met several folks who have sailed the Haven, several groups of folks who have sailed the Haven, and every single one of those, every single one of those folks,
they were complimenting the Yacht Club up and down.
We will never we will never sail the Haven again.
Yep.
I mean, I got goosebumps. It was such a cool experience. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about that, but let's get into, you know,
let's do some cruise news,
yes,
shall we?
Oh, okay. We'll do some cruise news. We'll talk about we're booked. What's the inaugural we're booked on? We're booked
the Firenze.
The Firenze. The Firenze is coming
up.
How
could you forget that?
Sorry. No. Well, what's the other one? I'm trying to. Islander. Is that
Margaritaville at Sea Islander?
Margaritaville at Sea Islander. So we've got 2 more inaugurals coming up. We just did the Jubilee inaugural back in December, and if any of you on this live this morning or watching this live recorded just joined us, we've welcomed over 1,000 of you to the channel in the past month. And that is just
humbling. That's amazing.
It's just unbelievable. And so for those who have been with us for a long time, Tom, we're looking at you. Gabby, Campbell's, we're looking at you. For those that have been here with us since the journey has begun, thank you so much. And for the 1,000 plus who have joined even in the last month, welcome to the channel. We've got a whole bunch of stuff coming this year.
Yes.
Excited again for the 2 inaugurals.
Yes.
But we're not stopping at the inaugurals. No. We're going on Valiant Lady multiple times. I mean, I'm telling you, we might as well just rent out that ship. Anyway, okay, cruise news.
Real quick, good morning, BKF. Thank you so much for joining us.
Speaking of a loyal following and people who are always here for us.
These comments just keep coming in. I can't get to the cruise news.
Thank you, Gabby. No, keep the comments coming.
I know, we love it.
Keep the comments coming in. Thank you, Gabby. It's been a wild ride.
It has.
It's been a wild ride.
It has. Speaking of wild rides, let's get into our first news story, and that is Icon of the Seas arrives to Miami. You all saw it if you turned into our live events that we had while sailing on MSC Meraviglia. The Icon of the Seas, what an astonishing ship. It is huge. And I mean, the Meraviglia is not a tiny ship. When we were on the top decks, we were pretty close to eye level, but there were still things that were going above and beyond with what the height of our ship was. Yeah. The Icon of the Seas is massive. It's very colorful. It's very different. I mean, we still see a lot of the similar attributes to the Oasis class with the Icon class, but there's a lot of things that are different. Gone is that giant water slide at the back, or not water slide. The slide that's the double helixes slide that's on the back of the Oasis class. It's gone. It's so strange to see a ship without it now.
Yeah. I am going to, you know me, you know our channel. We keep things positive all the time. But the baby blue paint scheme that they've decided on the hull, it makes the ship look like it's already from the 90s. Yeah. I will tell you, I know it hasn't really shown up in a lot of the videos or photos yet of Icon, but we got up close. We literally hiked over to the Royal Caribbean Terminal, about a mile walk from where we were, hiked over. This was our excursion in Miami, by the way. Hiked over. We climbed up 9 flights of steps in their parking garage. I feel like it was more than that, but yeah, whatever. 10 flights of steps in their parking garage. We had some of the closest views to Icon of the Seas that we had seen yet out there, and that baby blue really dates the ship. Yeah, I don't know what they were going for personally.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Super excited. It is going to change the game. One of our friends just sent us a message yesterday. They said, "Oh, Icon of the Seas is introducing food trucks, kind of like Carnival did on the Excel class. Carnival has street eats on the Excel class. Only every one of the items is an upcharge."
Yeah, and it's not like $2 or $3. Like, you know, a street food, you would think, okay, like they could get away with it, little bites, $2 or $3. No, it's like $6, $7, $9, $10, $11 for these different plates.
It'll be interesting to see once revenue sailing starts what people think about the rope course or the walking across the anchor. $89,
yeah, $79.
Or $79. It was $1 a minute, whatever that was. $1 a minute that you're $1 a second. $1 a second. Yeah. $1 a second. So it'll be interesting once revenue sailings happen to see what people have to say. Because remember, keep in mind, Icon of the Seas right now are some of the most expensive staterooms out there. There have been some deals. We've talked on the lives. There have been a couple of deals that have happened. Yeah. But I mean, we just priced out an interior for a week, and it was $6,000 for an interior for the 2 of us. And so it's an inaugural season. Yep. Oh, they also are selling a $100,000 chalice. I don't think you have that visual.
I don't think you have that visual. I didn't get any of those visuals.
But they're selling a $100,000 chalice. It's a gold chalice with little diamond crystals that make up the Royal Caribbean anchor, and it's just $100,000 in the Royal Caribbean gift shop. Now, it does include lifetime drinks package for the buyer.
Oh, there's the saving grace.
But I will tell you, probably the most expensive souvenir refill cup I have ever seen. Yeah. I remember going over to Wet n Wild, then Six Flags, and buying that souvenir cup. Yes. I think it was $19.99. Yeah. But to see $100,000 cup, that's...
No, $19.99 did not get you unlimited refills for life.
That's true, or alcohol.
or alcohol.
Or alcohol.
Right. BKF, that's kind of a funny comment. I guess they have to pay for her some way, so they're gonna pass the buck back on to the passengers.
Yeah,
big time.
She was an expensive ship, and she's the largest ship. She's the largest cruise line at sea at 250,000 gross tons, 250,000 gross tons. Yeah. Just wild.
It sounds like BKF is going to be the first buyer of the Chalice.
Someone did the math, and I think they said you had to go on 118 Royal Caribbean cruises just to break even from what their list price is. And so you could do it. You could do it.
Buyer beware, because at 118 cruises, you're going to be the top tier level with Royal Caribbean's Crown and Anchor Society.
That's right. And so you already get.
So you're going to get free drinks every day as a part of that package. So
that's why I want to get to top level. I want to get to top level on MSC. I will tell you. Okay, cruise drinks.
We're just going to go on a tangent here. All right. Oh, we got another one here. Let's see here. That sounds like a challenge for us. Good or bad, I'm not sure which one it is, Gabby, but yes, that will be a challenge for us.
Although, here's what I'm going to say. The challenge, I want to stay on the ship consecutively, because this going on the ship, flying home, unpacking, doing laundry, repacking, flying, getting back on the ship, that is tough. That is, that sounds really spoiled.
Yeah.
That sounds really privileged of me, I realize. But it's tough. And so if we could just stay on the ship, Carnival does our laundry.
Right.
I mean, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's easy. Oh, thank you so much, Brandon, for the welcome home.
Hey, Brandon, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been a good journey.
It has been a very wild journey.
Especially with the butler.
We'll talk more about that in a little bit.
I miss my butler.
Now let's talk about one of our inaugurals that we've got coming up.
Okay.
You ready for that?
I think so.
The excitement of the Firenze.
Tell us about it.
Oh, no, you were going to do this one.
Oh, I'm doing this?
Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll do it. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We've been talking about Marseille for weeks now.
Well, it's not going to Marseille, but yes, you're right. So the Costa Firenze, she was already renamed in a lot of the registries, but she's not officially a Carnival ship just yet. Anyway, Costa Firenze just finished her main revenue cruises. She left Barcelona. She headed to Marseille for a quick overnight, and now she's heading over to Savona in Italy to start the dry dock process to become the Carnival Firenze. Revenue cruises will officially be done by tomorrow, which is actually overnight for us here in the States tonight.
So she's finishing up her final voyage as done. Costa.
Yep. She's done. I know. That's exciting.
Wow.
So she's going to be starting her dry dock process. You know, that'll take a couple of months. And then her first inaugural sailing will be on April 25th, 2024. And so she's going to have to find her way from Mediterranean all the way to the Pacific, where Long Beach Port is in Los Angeles, to start her first revenue cruises on April 24th. So it'll be really fun to watch what route she ends up taking if she goes through the Panama Canal. But there will be no passengers, just crew on board, getting the ship finalized and ready for the first sailing.
Passengers as of yet. Who knows? Carnival could change their mind.
They could open it up earlier.
Remember, they opened up the inaugural sooner. It upset a lot of people. And so we had to book. We booked the inaugural, and then we had to book the new inaugural.
Yes.
So, we're on that ship for a long time.
17 days.
17 days. But they're going to do my laundry. So,
so it's fine.
I'm okay with that. We might just take a carry-on.
That would be cool.
Kidding. No, I would not. I hate sailing with just a carry-on.
Right.
Hello, YouTube user.
It's actually my parents. That's wrong.
Okay.
Yay. Hi, YouTube user.
So Carnival Firenze, we actually have a friend that works for Carnival Cruise Lines.
Yes.
He is in charge of the retrofit of. He was in charge of the retrofit of Venezia, and he is joining the Firenze here very soon. And so, Misty!
Oh, Misty!
Hello, Misty! It is good to see you. We're sailing with Misty. We are
Firenze?
sailing with Misty on the Firenze. Yes,
That's exciting.
We are.
Cheers to that.
She was like, oh my gosh, now that they've moved the inaugural, you guys better still stay on it. Because she's on the celebration. She couldn't move She couldn't move to the new inaugural. Yes. And so I was like, don't you worry, we're staying on with you. We are going to sail with you again. We sailed with Misty. I sailed with Misty back in 2015.
Oh my gosh.
2015 on the Carnival Miracle. Isn't that wild?
That is so cool.
If it's the same Misty. I mean, it could be a different Misty. Hi, Misty.
Well, she's sending you hearts, so I'm guessing you got it right.
That's awesome.
And BKF, stay tuned to the channel. We have so much content that's going to be coming out about the Firenze, especially once we get on board. We'll probably do a couple of lives from the ship. I mean, 17 days. We'll have to have time to do that.
We'll have a couple. Yes. I was just actually pulling up. Sorry. Kathy is not joining us this morning because she is getting ready to board the Jubilee. Yes. One more question because there's a debate going on. As Platinum, are we able to drop our backpacks off at the room? Yes, Kathy, if you happen to be, yes. I just answered.
He's responding right now.
I just answered that live on camera. Go ahead, I'll let you take it.
I love it. So apparently you were on Misty's Virgin Cruise. That was her very first time.
It was her first ever cruise. It was the
not Virgin Voyage.
It was the first cruise I've ever seen. Well, I mean, I had only been on up to that point, April 2015. I would have been on 1, 2, 3, and Victory in January of 2015 with Missy. Okay. And so it was the first time ever that I saw people wear bathrobes to the casino. Like I was like, well, this is different. This is and we met in the casino and
what was this itinerary?
It was Panorama. It was not
Mexican
Panorama.
Riviera?
It was Mexican Riviera on the Miracle, the grape ship, the purple grape ship.
Yeah, purple grapes. The Bacchus dining room.
The Bacchus dining room.
Why do I remember that?
You're just pulling that out. Okay.
We did that for New Year's 2 years ago.
Virgin Cruise.
That's awesome.
And it was almost my. I mean, let's be honest. It was almost my.
I mean, when you look at how many sailings you've been on now, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Mexican Riviera.
Mexican Riviera. Yeah. How fun is that?
Okay.
All right. So we're super excited about the Firenze. It's going to be a fantastic cruise. Really, really cool. Well, set of cruises, I suppose. And then that brings us to another inaugural that we already started talking about, but apparently you want me to talk about all the inaugurals.
No, I do hope. Sorry. I was just going to say one last thing about the Firenze. We do hope to have some images in the not too distant future and additional news. Now that Carnival has, so they've been very tight-lipped about anything with the Firenze.
That reminds me. I'm sorry. Continue what you're saying.
Yeah. They've been very tight-lipped. We hope to have some visuals and some additional updates in the not too distant future.
Yeah. So what I was going to mention is when they made an announcement back in November about the Firenze coming over, they actually talked about Il Viaggio, which is that upcharge Italian restaurant that Mark tried on the Venezia.
$42 a person.
And since then, they've actually removed all references of Il Viaggio with the Firenze. So if you go to the Venezia's page and you look at upcharge dining and you look at Il Viaggio, that's the only ship that's listed to have that. Whereas if you look at the other dining venues like, I don't know, Pizzeria del Capitano, you'll see Firenze. Yeah, you'll see Firenze on there. If you look at Amari Bar, you'll see Firenze and Venezia on there, but you don't see Il Viaggio. So it's really interesting. We're going to see what's going to happen. They've actually still left it on the deck plans. It says fun to be revealed.
It's not even on the deck plans yet. And even when you look at the master list of all restaurants and which ships are on, Firenze is not listed for Il Viaggio. And so most of y'all are like, oh, okay. We geek out. We're like, what is it? Are they going to... I don't believe it's been a hugely successful concept personally. It would be cool to see a different concept go in that space.
BKF said that he thinks it's another steakhouse that they've added. Curious to get your source on that. We would love to look into that deeper and report on it if that's what's happening.
And again, while we would love our friends at Carnival Corporation to share more with us, they are very tight-lipped. Of course.
Understandable.
We would never break that confidence, but I'd just love to know.
I know. It'd be awesome.
Yes, another inaugural.
That is Margaritaville at Sea, Islander. So the Paradise is currently sailing very short 2-day sailings out of West Palm Beach going to Freeport and back.
Which we'll be doing in February.
Which we will be doing.
You all voted. You all voted on Facebook. We asked what cruise line would you like to get on us to get on next, and y'all voted Margaritaville at Sea. So we're excited to get on the oldest passenger cruise ship on the ocean.
Yeah, she was built in 1992, I want to say. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Butler service, oldest cruise ship in the world.
Well, and not even that. We're going from the Carnival Celebration, one of the newest Carnival ships. To this.
To be fair, Misty actually shared with me on Facebook. She said the food was really
good.
Really good. So
well, you know how much we like food here on YouTube. So Yeah, she actually just said it again that the food is so good.
Oh yeah, it is.
Jay Serrato, hey, thanks so much for joining. Good morning.
Hi, Jay.
Want to know our thoughts without much information. Do you think the Firenze will be a better version of the Venezia? Ooh.
I think they will take, yes. I think they will take what they've learned with Venezia. Now, obviously, the superstructure of the ship is built. And so they're not going to be able to make a whole lot of changes. That missing staircase to get up to deck 12 that you can't get up from Lido all the way up to the top of the ship.
Because of the Magradome.
Because of the Magradome. You have to go through the arcade, the kids arcade. You have to get up. That's there. That is part of the superstructure.
Yeah.
Will they make adjustments and tweaks to the layout or the design and some of those things? Absolutely, I think so. Now, because it will sail out of Long Beach and not New York, I think they may keep some of the. I think they'll keep some of the stuff. The greenery. I'm thinking about the greenery.
Okay. So, I'm like, what are you getting at?
We've talked to several crew members and they've already shared that some of the greenery has come down from that initial Venezia sailing. Some has been damaged. Some have just been ripped out. It's a beautiful look, but we didn't think it would last forever, especially sailing maybe out of New York.
She's going to be doing shorter itineraries out of Long Beach, so I don't know it's going to be a much better crowd.
Fair. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and according to Misty, it sounds like the Paradise actually just came out of dry dock not too long ago, so she should be
because they added a bunch of things. They had to add. Remember, they didn't.
Well, they transitioned the ship from Bahamas Paradise Cruise Lines to Margaritaville at Sea, so I think that was a big part of that changeover.
Yep. Okay.
Either way, we were super excited to check this new ship out. And then, as I mentioned, Margaritaville at Sea Islander. She is currently getting her makeover in Belfast, Ireland, of all places. What? Kind of a strange spot for her to go, but I've been keeping
Belfast?
I don't know. I've been keeping a close watch on her. She was heading up the Italian Amalfi Coast and made a stop, turned around, and came back to, I can't remember what port she was hanging out at, but there was a port that she was hanging out just off the mainland of Italy, where she was just kind of docked for quite a while. Cagliari, that's where she was hanging out. And then from there, she decided to make her way out towards the Atlantic Ocean, stopped in Gibraltar for a few days.
I love Gibraltar.
Gibraltar's amazing. Mark's been there. And then from Gibraltar, she made her way up to Belfast, where she's hanging out, right next to the docks where the Titanic was built. Hopefully there's no icebergs in the Caribbean that we're going to have to worry about when we're sailing on her.
And that inaugural is not until June, correct?
That's correct. Okay. June 19th. I don't remember the date. I'd have to look it up.
Some was June 14th. Yeah.
Hi,
Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, you are in Arizona. Awesome. And you'd like to know how to get in touch with us. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. The easiest thing, should I just put my email in there? That might be easier,
Do you have it as a
I don't. It's just the travel site.
Okay. There we go, Rocky at thiscruiselife.com. That's Rocky.
There you go, Barbara.
Thiscruiselife.com.
We'd love to hear from you.
You could also reach out to Mark at thiscruiselife.com, info at thiscruiselife.com, shop at thiscruiselife.com.
All of those. We see all of them.
Fantastic. Okay, what's next?
All right.
And then we'll jump in and talk a little bit more about
next is we're back to you, finally.
Okay, back to me, finally. Sure.
Life at Sea.
Life at Sea. Oh my goodness. The saga continues with Life at Sea. Y'all, you're tired of hearing me talk about my favorite ever cruise experience, the 3-year cruise that was going to be like $12. $12. There is additional news this week. 78 of the would-be passengers have now written a letter to attorneys general asking them to investigate fraud charges against the cruise line. So the 3-year cruise, it was canceled last year, end of last year, because they didn't have a ship and they didn't sell enough rooms and all those sorts of things. And so the company promised refunds, promised expedient refunds after several missed deadlines. Now the would-be passengers are upset. Several have claimed hardships, undue hardships because of this, because they sold their house, they sold their belongings, they sold all of this sort of stuff. Had they tuned into the channel, they would not have done that. But they've claimed hardships, and so now a big group of them have asked the attorneys general to look into Mirai, which was the parent company for fraud, exploring fraud, because they don't believe that this ship was ever going to sail. Nor did we.
Nope.
Again, I don't want to be super negative, but there are the creators of Life at Sea Cruises are actually launching a new concept, and so that seems actually some of our viewers have reached out and have asked us, do we think that would be more financially viable? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And the reason why I say that is because not only is there upfront cost, there's up to I think balconies. What was it? The annual fee for balconies was $48,000, $68,000. So there are additional annual fees that go in to pay for all of the stuff that Life at Sea Cruises did not have.
And you're also not wiring money to a pizza shop in South Florida.
Okay, yeah, y'all, there was some sketch going on with Life at Sea Cruises, so they couldn't get a bank account to get the money in. So one of the owners had a pizza shop, and so they suggested wiring the money to the pizza shop so they could deposit it in their accounts. There was some weird stuff going on behind the scenes that has since come out. It's fascinating to see. Sorry, you put up a...
We don't give financial advice, but please heed this warning. If you are ever asked to send a wire transfer to a financially backed institution, think twice.
Instead, send it to thiscruiselife.com.
No, do not do that. Oh my gosh. Terrible. Hi, Miss Aretha. We're just gonna.
Villavi.
Yeah, I already. Yeah.
I was see it go up. So that's the new line where they have annual or monthly charges that range from $2,000, I think, to all the way up to $4,000, $5,000.
It's like an HOA essentially.
But actually it will pay. So you buy in, but then you have a fairly sizable monthly fee that you are paying on top of that. That should be more financially viable to be able to cover the expenses of the line. Now, again, I would proceed with caution.
Always.
Don't sell your house and put everything in storage and hope.
No.
Oh, Miss Aretha. Hi, Miss Aretha.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
I know. I'm so glad that you joined, Miss Aretha. People are Looney Tunes. I love that. Can we star that? I'm gonna give that a star. That's staying here.
That's fun times.
Thank you, Misty.
Good advice.
And yes,
good advice.
Yeah. So definitely some interesting news that we wanted to cover for you. Not a ton of anything brand new and earth shattering, but
there's a bunch of other stuff out there. I've got a whole bunch of articles right here ready to all get tweeted today.
Oh, he's armed and ready for the day.
They're lined up. I'm ready for the day.
Well, I know that or throughout today's session, we were talking about you getting to reconnect with Misty and how you met her on a cruise in 2015. I say 15
years ago. I was just a baby 15 years ago. Pay no attention to the gray.
We have some interesting things we're celebrating, that this cruise life of ours brings joy into our life still to this day, continues to evolve and make changes. And we went on a cruise in December of 2019.
That's right.
That was Carnival Freedom. And that was a cruise that was very interesting. We had some pretty rough waters. We managed to get to Cozumel, which is our first port of call, and it was beautiful. Like, you would never think that this cruise was destined for high sea swells and rough waters and all that stuff.
A bunch of canceled ports.
Bunches of canceled ports. Passengers were not happy. Like, it was a mess for Carnival, and I felt bad for the crew on board.
Yeah, not necessarily a mess for Carnival, but it was. You ever want to create a revolt on a cruise ship?
Yeah, that's what you
cancel all but one port and just have all sea days, the rest of it. We
made the most out of it.
We had a blast.
We're on a cruise ship.
So the reality is, again, for anyone that sails, you get that cruise contract that is about 42 pages. Actually,
MSC it is 42 pages.
It was 42 pages. 42 pages long. It does tell you right in that cruise contract that the cruise line is going to always focus on safety and avoiding storms versus making sure you get to a port, which I appreciate. I very much appreciate safety first. And so there are no ports that are guaranteed.
No.
You are only guaranteed, the cruise contract states, you are only guaranteed a safe voyage from start to finish. And so, yes, they canceled a bunch of ports, but we still made a great time out of it.
We made a great time out of it. So we always love to chat with other people, find out their experiences, and understand what it's like to be on a cruise for them, especially if it's their first time. And we met a group of guys that were just amazing. It was a group of 4 gentlemen.
The Misfits.
The Misfits, as they called themselves. And they had such a good time. We ended up joining them on an unplanned excursion in Costa Maya.
One of the best experiences.
It was awesome. We found a restaurant outside of the port area. We ended up, Mark and I were just sitting there enjoying some drinks and breakfast.
Desayunos.
Yes, desayunos. Very good. Look at that Spanish. He can't say Swarovski, but he can say desayunos.
Sure.
We were just enjoying ourselves a breakfast there, and the Misfits ended up walking over there and joining us. And so we ended up going into town, and it was what?
Remember, it's the only restaurant ever that we have we've emptied their supply.
Finished their supply of Dos Equis.
I wasn't gonna say alcohol, but we did finish their. They came over. Remember they're like, we're out.
Yeah.
We don't have any left.
Yeah. Let's just say we had a really fun time.
It was a great time.
We walked to the beach with these guys, and we
swam in the water.
Yeah, we ended up hanging out with them for the rest of the cruise.
It was great.
Well, surprise, surprise, we've stayed in touch with them 4 years later, and they came to pay us a visit.
Over 4 years later, yeah.
So we've got these guys hanging out with us right now.
There we are on the left in December of 2019.
Yep.
I'm in there even.
Yeah, you're a little bit back there.
Yeah, there's Seppa, there's Bill, there's Alex, Justin's in there somewhere.
He's way back there with Harold.
Way back there with Harold. Harold. And so Seppa and Bill just came to visit here in Phoenix. They're staying here for a couple of days. We swam in the pool yesterday, which was at 70 degrees of just warmth in the pool yesterday.
I don't recommend.
Okay, it wasn't quite 70 degrees. It did not feel 70. Last night we went out for dinner, and so it's just honestly been great to catch up. We missed Justin, of course, and Alex, but it's been great to see Bill and Seppa. That's what the coolest part of this cruise life is. We have met just amazing human beings, and I absolutely know there are some folks in this chat that we will sail with again and that we will see again. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yes,
there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if we haven't sailed with you, we will sail with you for the first time.
Right.
That's what I love about this cruise life.
We've got our calendar posted, thiscruiselife.com/about. You can find out everything that's going on and join us for any of our upcoming sailings. And actually, we just had Brandy join us. I'm sorry. Excuse us. You were stuck in the pool on the Venezia. You poor thing.
Wow. I love fellow cruisers.
Yes.
Love fellow cruisers.
And we get to meet Brandy on our cruise on the Celebration in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Less than 3 weeks.
No, more than 3 weeks.
I
guess not. I guess I was thinking 3 weeks until Islander or
Paradise.
Why
she's not joining us on the Paradise. I wouldn't subject her to that.
I don't. Hey, Margaritaville Sea is going to be fun. I am super excited.
We're going to make the most of it. Absolutely.
Yes, I mean we watched. Who was it that said there are gnats in the room? We watched some reviews. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We watched some reviews. It'll be interesting. It's gonna be an adventure.
Yeah, we'll give you our full honest
number
review.
2 of 3. Yep.
That's awesome.
23 days.
22 days.
22 days.
Yeah.
So that is 3 weeks. Yeah.
That's what I said.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be a blast. Oh.
Crystal Sparkle!
Oh!
Crystal Sparkle!
Yes, we made it home in one piece. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Crystal, I can't wait to sail with you all again. I literally can't wait. And this time we're going to plan it a little bit better where we gather a bunch of people and we do a live together. So we talked on the Jubilee. We're like, we should do a live as a group. We should. It was so chaotic with that inaugural.
Right.
Next time we're going to do a live as a group.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, and I'll be there to help with the logistics of it.
That's fantastic. Again, if you weren't here in the very beginning, welcome. We've welcomed over 1,000 new followers to the channel. If you like what we do, of course, share it with others. Share us with others. We've set an ambitious goal to double our following this year, and so I'm nervous about that. Rocky's like, we got this in the bag.
I'm the optimistic one here.
I'm a little nervous, but we've put it out there. We've said it. It's in writing. Our goal is to double this following of ours, and so share us with your friends.
Yeah, please do. We don't care if they tune in. No.
Okay, can we please talk about MSC? They've been waiting to hear about our butler for 30 minutes. Nilesh,
if you're watching, thank you so much for everything over those 9 days.
I don't think Nilesh is watching.
I know he's not. He's busy.
He's escorting people off the ship right now.
Yeah, probably.
By the way, it's the first time I've ever. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gone. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Can you come back to us for just a moment? Because I want to tell them something, and I want to be able to see you. It's the first time ever someone has carried my luggage off of the ship for me.
I wish I was recording that.
So debark morning, Nilesh was like, "Oh no, you don't take your bags. I've got those for you." And he carried my laptop bag and carried the handheld bag and escorted us all the way down to debark and
to the terminal building.
Yep, to the terminal building. It's amazing. I had no idea all of the things that butlers do.
We are so spoiled from it. Let me tell you, it was such a cool experience. We had so much fun and never thought in our wildest dreams that something like that would happen.
We'd have a butler.
Us. Yeah.
Never thought we'd have a butler before.
Oh, thank you, Crystal Sparkle. Yay. You're awesome. And she's obsessed about the world tour on Royal Caribbean.
Oh my gosh, who isn't obsessed with that? You'll notice we didn't include that as a news article because everyone is covering the Royal Caribbean 9-month cruise. I'm a little bitter because that was my marketing genius years ago. I was like, we should create a cruise where my thought was a year. It would be 12 months and you live on a ship and you record it and you capture it. And so I should have trademarked that idea. I should have trademarked that idea. But the butler. Back to the butler and back to MSC.
Yes.
Sorry, now you can.
Now I can put that on the screen? Okay. All right, cool. I'm just going to do it with us a little tiny.
Oh,
so, there
hi,
we go.
everyone.
Yeah. We had an absolute blast on MSC Meraviglia. I don't know if our experience would have been the same not in the yacht club, but we're definitely going to book another MSC cruise not in the yacht club so we can do a comparative.
Now, if they offer an upgrade, I'm going to take the upgrade. So sorry, we're going to try to book a regular experience, but if they give me that opportunity to upgrade, y'all, I'm telling you, we were very fortunate that very few sailings get an actual offer to upgrade to the yacht club. We sailed in a very, very cold time of the year, and we had that opportunity. We've even looked at just booking the yacht club outright because it was such a cool experience.
Right. No, it was amazing. You can see in the top left corner, that was actually our first day on board when we enjoyed some drinks from the champagne bar, which I believe we called out in the first 24-hour video. Right there in that Galleria Meraviglia where they've got the beautiful dome screen that has the LED projections on it. It was an awesome space. There were not just one, but 2 silent discos.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on our full review, which we're working on right now.
It was so popular that they had a second one.
Yep.
We'll talk about that on the full review because we love silent discos and we'll share some things in the full review.
It's okay. You don't have to silent disco with me.
Okay.
Top right corner there is when we arrived in Port Canaveral.
Yes,
very
exotic Port Canaveral.
Yep. And then the bottom left where we're kind of over ourselves, that was as the Icon of the Seas was arriving into the port of Miami.
Such a cool experience.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Icon of the Seas was actually supposed to be there the day that we were in Port Canaveral. However, due to a turn of events and due to some poor weather conditions, the Icon delayed their arrival by a day, which allowed us and those passengers on Scarlet Lady to check out her arrival.
Yep.
Which was really cool.
Yep.
Bottom middle photo there, that is our butler Nilesh. He took great care of us. He got to witness snow falling for the first time with us. It was a really awesome experience. And then bottom right corner is just a nice, fun little portrait type of photo that we took on the Swarovski crystal staircase.
Look at how great of a picture that is of you. Dang. That's a great picture. I think
that was on your phone too.
I like that picture.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
Icon of the Seas, that was such a cool, unexpected experience.
It was.
That was
truly
so cool.
Yeah. Cruising with Brandy, that is a great question about the private island. So our experience on MSC's Ocean Cay, as it's called, was a little bit skewed because of weather.
Yeah, it was, and it was no fault of MSC. Now, I will say, it's huge. It is ginormous. We had no idea how big this private island was. Now, we got off of the ship and we jumped into a little golf cart and they took us over to the yacht club's exclusive restaurant.
The Ocean House.
Beach area where we had lobster rolls and we had I don't remember what that salad was, but I mean it was Michelin star type of food.
It was a crab ceviche.
We had a crab ceviche. We also had a salad. We also had one of the yummiest burgers that I had all week.
Burger,
oh my gosh! So we have a little bit skewed of an experience because one, we were in their private area of the beach. They did a very intentional job of keeping the yacht club separate.
Yes.
They wanted you to feel special.
Yes.
They wanted you to feel exclusive. And so they whisked us away. And then it started to downpour, and it was cold and wet. And so I don't hold it against the. I'm super excited to get back to that private island.
Yeah.
It's massive. Here would be my advice. 2 pieces of advice. One, explore the island before. Don't stake your claim right away. Explore, wander around, grab one of those golf carts if you need one of those. But just explore all over, because it's huge and you will miss something. And that's a regret that we have. Not regret, but that's something that we would have done differently. Before we settled down in that private yacht club area, we would have explored more, which would have helped us avoid the weather.
I agree.
And then two, I highly recommend, or keep in mind, the food trucks on the land, they're all the same. So they've got multiple food trucks. It's included food with the exception of the seafood shack.
Yes.
Which is weird that they can call it that.
Weird that it's called that.
But they've got a seafood one that has some upcharge items. But the rest of the food trucks, they all have burgers, hot dogs, potato salad, your standard beach fare. So if you see a line at one, skip that one and go to one that doesn't have a line. That was a good cruise tip that we actually got from one of our followers. So thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, the private island was really cool.
It was really beautiful.
My only complaint, and I'm sharing with you, and you'll hear this in the full review, so you're getting an early preview. My only complaint is that we had to wait in line to get back onto the ship. Nilesh was nowhere to be found.
Our butler didn't carry us back onto the ship.
Hello? But
what is up with that?
Honestly, though, in all seriousness, that was the only time in 9 days we had to wait in a line.
That's true.
We bypassed even getting off the ship. Nilesh would walk us down in ports, or Susan, someone would walk us down and avoid lines. Now, I realized that sounds very spoiled, and we were. That is the intent of the yacht club. They want you to feel pampered. They want you to feel spoiled. But we didn't. That was the only time all week long we waited in line, and of course, it happened to be the day it was raining and cold.
Yeah.
And everyone else was waiting in line to get back on the ship. It was a mad scramble to get back on that ship.
It was. It started to rain. But you know what? It was great because the ship still stayed until the light show on the lighthouse. So we got to see that. We actually asked our concierge. Yes, we had a concierge too. We asked them, where can we go to watch this show? Because it's not just a visual, it's also audio. And so he gave us a great recommendation, and really there was no one else down there, just some crew members.
Right.
And so it was really great to have that insight, and it's now something that we can pass along to our viewers. Should you be on the ship and not really want to get off, but you still want to catch the show in its full force?
Keep in mind, it is in the crew smoking area.
It is.
So we had to deal with a little bit of,
But you're outside.
But you're outside, so it was fine. It was fine. It was cool. That was a cool experience.
Crystal Sparkle said, a butler, fancy. Yes, it was.
It was fancy.
Wait till you see our full review. We are going to,
White glove service.
Yes.
Literally, I've always heard of white glove service. I've never actually seen it. The white gloves as they served us tea and crumpets or whatever.
I like that. Yeah, crumpets and tea. Yep. Cruising with Brandy. Yes, you're welcome. Our pleasure to provide you these details. We had such a great time. BKF loves crab ceviche.
The crab ceviche
it was definitely so unexpected on the presentation.
Rocky was like, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to eat it. I was like, well, we've got to try crab ceviche. How often are you going to get fresh crab right there? And
it was really good. It was really good.
Really good.
It wasn't so. I'm used to a
really
ceviche being very wet and being served kind of in a compacted form, and this was actually served on a bed of lettuce. So it was a little bit different presentation. Yeah, it was really good. I was very impressed.
Really good. All of the food, y'all, on the private island. There were a couple of items that we tried that were like, this doesn't really. Some of the soups didn't have a lot of flavor to them, but overall, so MSC actually spends significantly more money on yacht club food than they do on the rest of the ship. So think about that. They have actually. You know how Carnival has the classics menu, or Royal Caribbean has a classics menu where you can get grilled chicken every day, you can get that strip loin steak every day, you can get well the Yacht Club also has a classics menu, and on their classics menu every day you can get
filet mignon,
lobster tail, rotating. They have a daily rotating risotto. I had a truffle risotto that was out of this.
You had a champagne risotto.
Was.
But we don't want to spoil it.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, there's a full review coming.
Yes, all of the food from the restaurant from dinner will be coming to you on a video.
I tried to put pants on for this live. I have shorts on right now because my pants didn't fit. We ate so much food on there, and so I've just been wearing elastic waistbands for the last the last couple of days. Yeah.
You have 23 days at sea coming up. I hope you're prepared for that.
Y'all aren't going to judge if I put on a little bit of weight up here, are you?
I'm sure that they would appreciate it because it makes us all human.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
BKF said California I don't even know how to pronounce that. Dungeness crab season is finally here. $6 a pound.
Wow.
If you're into that. Crystal Sparkle, thank you so much for that
Crystal
super
Sparkle.
like. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Happy Saturday, awesome people. How was the entertainment? The entertainment was actually unexpected. Cheers to all of your future adventures. Remember, you have the ability to be awesome. Remember to like and ring. Yeah.
We need to use that on Twitter. We need to tweet hashtag
I like
ability to be awesome. I love that.
Yeah, that's great, Crystal. Thank you.
You do. How was the entertainment on board?
It was great.
Did we have a magician? We didn't get to see the magician.
We did not.
Because we had afternoon tea. No.
We went to the Q&A.
Q&A. They had a Q&A with the crew.
The crew.
Entertainment was... it was pretty amazing.
It was.
It was pretty amazing.
It was.
We'll talk about it in the full review because we talk about food, drinks, and entertainment. But here's what I will say is they had production shows similar to Carnival. We met with the cast. Yes. We got to meet the cast and they shared with us. It was the first contract ever where they rolled these shows out. We were the first audiences, this current contract. So we weren't the very first audience. We
weren't the inaugural.
But the last couple of months that they've been doing it, it's the first time these shows have ever been on an MSC ship. They are the pilot group. It will be rolling out to other ships. And so we got to see fresh, brand new. Now, I'm kind of bummed because I'm curious, what other entertainment did MSC have on board? But we got to see brand new production shows. We did hear a little bit of feedback that people prefer shows that have a bit more of a story, like a Broadway play. There's a lot of music and dancing and singing, and they're great, but there's not necessarily a strong story through it. But those were great.
They were.
What else did we? Oh, Master Chef at Sea.
Oh yeah,
Master Chef at Sea. That was so fun. They gave they lifted their boxes and 3 different teams of passengers had to create a Master Chef dish. And then there were passengers that were judges and they judged each of the dishes. They did that for adults and they did that for kids as well. Right. That was cool. So much fun. It was so fun to see a Master Chef class. Yeah. And let's see what other entertainment was on board.
The circus shows at the After the Ship. They had a theater back there where they did 2 different productions.
I'm so glad you brought that up. It's the only time ever we've had to pay for a theater show on board a cruise ship. Now, you wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to pay for these shows because they've got so much other entertainment. The Silent Disco's two silent discos.
There we go. Now we're on screen.
There we go. You wouldn't have had to have paid for these, but they're Cirque-like shows. There's acrobatics and aerialists. There's magic. There's magicians. There's the Houdini show. That was my favorite of the 2. Yeah. Their LED screen. This was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Their LED screen that wraps around the stage at one point folds down and turns into a staircase that the singers and dancers descend down the staircase, and then it goes back up and it's an LED screen again. There was just some really cool technology.
And the tracks with the flying acrobats coming in from the sides. There was a lot going on.
There was a lot of entertainment. Crystal, I hope that gives you a little bit of a preview. We'll talk about it all in depth in the full review. But I wanted to share with you since. Thank you for the super like, truly, and hopefully you like that information.
Yeah. Let's see here. BKF wants to know how much that show was.
The show, so here's a cruise tip. Buy it in advance. Even yacht clubbers need to buy it in advance because you get the show for $12.
Yeah.
So it's $12 and there are 2 different shows. So $24. On board, it's $18, so it's 33% more expensive on board if I did my math right. And so I wish we would have bought those ahead of time because it would have paid for one of the shows. The savings would have paid for one of the shows for us. It's fine. We managed.
Now, they justified the cost that a drink is included.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, there is a drink that's included. And that second show,
the second show had a great drink.
It was a mule, some sort of mule, and it was so good, and it was in a cool glass and everything.
It was not a souvenir bottle of glass. It did not get us unlimited drinks for the life.
That's true. The shows were entertaining, about 45 minutes long, and they included a drink. But when you're in the yacht club, you don't really need an included drink because those wristbands. Why didn't we wear those for the live?
We should have worn them.
The yacht club wristbands, they get you access to anything and everything all around the ship.
It's true. Crystal Sparkle, you are just...
Crystal Sparkle is amazing.
You are just... You haven't met her. Hashtag ability to be awesome.
You haven't met her. You haven't met her, but you need to meet her.
I do.
She's awesome.
Well, we need to go on a cruise together.
They're both awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I think if we do it again, I maybe wouldn't do both shows. This was our first time, so we wanted to experience everything. And I think the other thing, if I were to do it again, I would book these in advance.
Yeah. Someone asked us, would it have been worth the $18 that you paid? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Yes. To experience it once, absolutely. Would it have been worth it more at $12? Heck yeah. Heck yeah, it would have. And would I do it again? Probably not. Right. Am I glad I did it? Absolutely. Like if you were sailing MSC for the first time, would I tell you to do it? Yeah, I would say do it. Absolutely. It's an experience. It's cool to be able to say you've done it. Would I do it again? Probably not.
No, I'm sorry. We got to take a quick moment to put this comment up here. Brandy, are you going to get the pepperoni pizza burger or the super melty moats burger? I need to know. Which one is it going to be?
Burger. Oh, the pepperoni pizza burger. We did a review. It's right here.
No, you can't do that.
I can't do that here on this. I can only do it when you're editing the video.
Yes.
The super melty moots. I'm curious, Brandy, can you do me a favor? Can you get the super melty moots and tell us if it's better? Because I will tell you, when I got it, there was no brand new inaugural sailing. They were still learning the recipes. There was really no flavor. Oh, the pepperoni pizza burger is my new favorite. I love it.
I'm so excited to check this out on the Firenze. I hope they have the same burgers or maybe new introductions. Would be awesome.
Introduce new burgers, but it would make sense to keep it Italian themed. The pepperoni pizza burger is delicious. Speaking of Venezia, we got to see her sail away. We got to see her sail away from New York. Our friend Monica was on board. My friend Monica is on board. You haven't met her yet. She was on board. She was messaging us from the Venezia. In fact, I tweeted her quote. It is the best ship she's ever been on. She was so in love that from the beginning, she was looking at how she could get back onto the Venezia. Yeah. Which, how cool is that?
That is awesome.
It's a great ship.
We actually saw the Venezia when we were sailing out of New York. The following day was a sea day. And Venezia left port of New York a couple hours before we did, and we ended up catching up to her. And I was like, "Whoa, why is the Venezia view?"
Not only catching up to her, but we were
heading into her.
Like we were like, "Whoa, Venezia, get out of our way!"
Yeah. Found out, thanks to Monica being on board, that there was an injury, and they did a medevac off of the ship, and so she kind of was set off course for a couple of hours, but she was able to make it up. And unfortunately, she missed her first port of call because of weather, which was unfortunate. But anyway, Bella McDonald, you just got off the Jubilee. They had late debarkation. I guess they had to turn around and go back to Cancun because there was an injury person. Oh no!
Oh gosh, that's really sad. Our thoughts.
Yeah, our thoughts are definitely with the family,
and everyone on the cruise, and everyone on the cruise, honestly, because everyone feels that. So when you have when you have an injury, or when you are on a ship and you hear that announcement of saying, "Are there passengers that are this blood type? Please report to the medical center." Anytime you hear that, as a passenger, you feel for whoever is impacted in the family. And so, sorry to hear about that experience, Bella.
Absolutely. My gosh, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, back to some uplifting MSC news. Well, actually, no, we had a comment come through that I wanted to share. Let me see if I can find
Crystal
it.
Sparkle?
No, actually not this time. It was Crow's Nest.
Crow's Nest.
Crow's Nest's first cruise was on the Carnival Conquest in July of 2007.
Guess which ship I'm getting on, right?
Well, it does say it on the screen.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it does. It's really small print down there. It says
Carnival Conquest. Yes. So the ship was still new at that point. The ship is
5 years old.
5 years old. The ship is no longer 5 years old, Crow's Nest. And so I'm going from Carnival Jubilee, MSC Yacht Club, and now I'm getting on the 2002 Carnival Conquest for 14 days. And you know what? I am going to love every minute of it, because that life is too short. We have the ability to be awesome on new ships and on senior ships.
Yes.
We're not going to call them old ships. They're experienced ships.
That's right. I'm putting it in the chat. I'm dropping it in.
What'd you drop in? Hashtag ability to be awesome.
That's right
I love that.
Yeah, so we sailed on the you've sailed on her a couple times. You and I sailed on her for your birthday in 2018.
Yep.
Gorgeous ship. I mean, she was the epitome of Carnival design back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And absolutely loved the design. They actually did a lot of new innovations on that ship for her time with, remember Flick?
Yeah.
That was a great show. And they were one of the first ships to introduce some of the new eateries. Like, just a lot of really cool features came out on the Carnival Conquest. So we're really excited. Well, I'm excited that you get to go back on
This is a ship that I've wanted, actually, my brother to experience, because he's big into art. He's big into art. He used to do paintings and all of those sorts of things, and he loves the Impressionist. And there's so much the Van Gogh the Van Gogh Lido deck. How Van Gogh is all over Lido. I'm just super excited for Paul to experience the ship because it's beautiful. It is a beautiful ship, and it really is themed after those artists of the time.
Yeah, super cool.
Anything left with MSC before we say farewell or ask for any final comments? Drop any final comments
in there. We'd love to answer questions.
I love that season ship. It's a seasoned ship.
That's right.
It's a seasoned ship.
She is very well seasoned.
It's like a cast iron pan. She is well seasoned.
Not beyond her age, though.
Any other
so we've got a few videos that we're working on for MSC.
I was just going to say, would you sail her again?
Oh, yeah, I would.
Would you sail MSC again?
I would, absolutely. Thank you for everyone that recommended the pizza. We had a fun experience with that. If you watched our first 24-hour video, you'll see what that was like. Giant pizzas.
Yeah.
But no, it was a great experience, great ship. The crew were great. Yeah. We met some really great crew members up in a couple of the bars that were just super friendly and excited to see us. And yeah, it was just overall, it was a really great time. And yeah, I would definitely go back and sail MSC.
Yeah. So there's a lot, y'all, of negativity out there around MSC cruises, a lot of it. And there's a lot of love-hate out there. Either you hate it with a passion and you tell all of your friends, or you love it and you tell one person. Like we met a person in the airport once who was like, oh, did you guys get off of a cruise? And we're like, yeah, did you? They got off the MSC and she's like, we love it. It's one of our favorite cruise lines out there. The pizza's amazing. And it was a really good pizza, but it's a love-hate and there's a lot of negativity out there. And I will tell you, we wanted to experience it firsthand to be able to share with our followers and also the people that Rocky helps book. So Rocky helps book people on cruises all the time. And so we wanted to experience it firsthand. Now, as he mentioned, we will go and experience MSC as a general experience. We did get out of the yacht club. We
were let out eventually
a couple of times. We did get out of the yacht club a couple of times. That's a great point, BKF. Carnival gets a really bad rap as well. A lot of people are like, oh, it's awful. It's a party cruise. It's the Walmart of the seas. Blah 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 blah. We love
it. Is what you make of it.
Yep, it's what you make of it. And so MSC was a great time. The food on the buffet.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to spoil the full review. No. Again, it's you. You all are our biggest supporters, so I'm going to spoil a little bit of the full review with you. The food on the buffet was some of the best buffet food I have ever had. Those noodle dishes, the Thai curry dishes, the Indian dishes, the Chinese. So there's an ethnic corner, and they call it literally ethnic food or ethnic corner. And those were some of the best dishes I have had on sea. The late night buffet.
Oh, that was amazing. Every single day from midnight until 2 a.m.
I have never.
It was awesome.
Ever on a cruise ship seen a late night buffet like we just saw on MSC Meraviglia. And it wasn't because we had a butler.
No.
This was open to the entire ship. But it was amazing. They had egg salad sandwiches, chicken salad sandwiches. They had pizzas. They had a healthy bar. A healthy bar with salads. We didn't eat the healthy bar at midnight.
Ew, who does that?
We didn't.
They had eggs. They had bacon.
Scrambled eggs and bacon.
You could get burgers, hot dogs, nachos.
They had
desserts.
A whole buffet of desserts. This was every night from 12 until 2 a.m. And we ate there most nights.
Yes, we did. We had 4 or 5 full meals every day.
Who doesn't love a good night late night buffet? I agree, Gabby. And it was It was good. One night.
Yeah.
So when you sail the yacht club, you get the unlimited drinks package. And so one night I was like a squirrel and I wrapped some sandwiches and I brought them back to the stateroom and put them in the fridge because I was going to eat them the next day. The butler took them. The butler took them the next day. I did not eat them.
No, I don't know why we tried.
We tried.
I mean, that was like when we brought Gigi's back to the stateroom when we sailed on Panorama. You don't do that.
You just don't bring. There's plenty of food, y'all. You don't need to squirrel it away, I promise. And there are in the yacht club there are canapes.
Like
20 hours a day, 20 hours of the day.
And
so plenty of food. We did not go hungry. In fact, I need to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym. There were a couple of comments I saw. I'm sorry. And then we'll wrap up. We'll share some final thoughts and then wrap.
So Crystal Sparkle said their year is packed for more conventions around the country. They wish they were going to Texas for a cruise next month. Instead, they are going to an emo prom.
Emo prom
for Harmony Con.
We're gonna have to Google that.
I think we're gonna have to take a look at what that means.
We're old. Crystal Sparkle.
I just like you and real hope you keep inspiring me to cruise. That's our goal. That's what our mission is.
Literally why this Cruise Life was formed and founded, was to inspire people, to excite people about the joy of cruising and inspire people to cruise more.
Yeah.
And we are working on a first ever This Cruise Life cruise. Yeah. And so stay tuned. Likely 25. We might try to sneak one in 24. And so we're gonna try. We're working on it because we would love to see. This has been just so much fun. Some surprises along the way as well from us.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Okay. Final thoughts.
So stay tuned. We've got a lot of content coming out. We're going to do all of the dinner menus that we enjoyed in the Yacht Club's Top Sail restaurant. We'll have our full review of the entire experience in the Yacht Club. We have a room tour coming to you also from the Yacht Club experience.
And we've got a couple of Jubilee
and then we've got Jubilee tours coming out. We'll do another comparative video for the Jubilee. We're going to do a deck plan review of the new Margaritaville at Sea Islander to the Spirit class from Carnival because they're so similar. So if you're curious or interested in getting on that ship, we're going to have all those details for you. Just a lot of more things that are coming your way. So stay tuned to the channel.
And the moment we have information on Firenze, we will absolutely be sharing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me see here.
Misty. So good news.
Yes.
Very few of them. There's only 2 Cirque type shows that you would have to.
Don't let the word get out.
Yeah, and don't tell Carnival because Royal Caribbean probably on Icon they might already have a charge. They might already. But yes, just 2 of the Cirque shows on board. But the rest were all included.
Yeah. Well, thank you, BKF. You're awesome as well. Thanks for joining us.
We all have the ability to be awesome, which I absolutely love. I love that.
And Gabby, we will do our best to keep that information coming.
Thank you, Gabby. And thank you to the Campbells for always supporting and tuning in. We love you guys. Crow's Nest, take care.
We need to figure out if we're doing a live next Saturday. I don't know what time your flight is.
Oh, I have a flight next Saturday?
Yeah, because your cruise is on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
This is the beauty of living with a travel agent. You just go where I just go literally wherever Rocky tells me to go. He's like, okay, you're gonna go here, and you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do this. Okay, okay. It's like that at home too, by the way. Mark, go do this, go do this, go clean this.
Is it though? I don't think it's
fine.
Like that.
It's fine.
We're gonna check that fact. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to us this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending on where you are located.
Yes.
It has been a pleasure, not a pleasure.
A pleasure?
Yes.
It could be a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure having you with us for this wonderful Sail Talk Saturday.
Swarovski?
He's almost there. Swarovski. Cheers,
y'all. Have a great weekend to you as well. Oh, and we hit another follower. We got another subscriber. Literally, we still celebrate every single subscriber that comes through. You just saw it live here on camera. Every single subscriber, we absolutely get excited and giddy about. So we love you.
We love you. We'll see you soon. Have a great week, and we'll see you out on the seas.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.